Oh, it's... Ladies and gentlemen, they themselves alike, welcome to another episode of Comedy and Crumpets with Dylan Mandlsohn and me, Pat Treuer. We're excited that everybody's watching. All one of you currently. Maybe we'll get up to 10. Who knows? We're grateful either way. Listen, this is going to be a great episode. We've got a wonderful theme for today. If you're a first-time watcher, go ahead and make some comments. Fire anything you like at us. We love to hear it. Doesn't matter what point of the show, whatever comes to mind, go ahead and send it our way. We'll either deal with it or we won't. I'm Pat Treuer, coming to you from Colorado, and all the way on my other side of me is the very fantastic Mr. Dylan Mandlsohn, all the way from Toronto, Canada. Dylan, how are you, my good friend?
I am well, thank you. Thank you kindly for asking. Yes, hello, thank you. Yes, that's not actually how I talk, everyone, if you're just tuning in for the first time. That's right. I'm coming to you all the way from Canada, Toronto, where, man, we're definitely in our second wave right now, man. Riding the wave.
How's that going? What's been going on with the second wave?
We're not really doing anything about it. It's just kind of the old merit system there. Nothing's really shutting down, even though maybe some sort of things are. We've closed strip clubs, so that's progressive.
Very Canadian of you.
Yeah, it's getting chilly outside too, so you know.
Oh, and look who's here, Ray Turner. Hello, chap.
Hello, chaps. Hello, Mr. Turner. Thank you
for
joining us once again. Thank you. Very good then.
Very good.
Yes.
All right, closed strip clubs. Other than that, you guys aren't doing much.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to be creative with our lap dances, man. You know what I mean? I think Thanksgiving's coming to us soon. You know what I mean?
What does a creative lap dance look like to you?
I mean, you really got to bend the rules with family. I think. I don't know for sure. I'm not entirely. I'm guessing. We're here, Comedy Crumpets. We do a lot of spitballing, so it's not for sure. We don't condone any of this. It's just an idea.
All jokes.
Yeah, all joking and crumpet.
Yeah, if we have to explain it beyond that to you, I'm just going to tell you right now, change the channel.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's got some sound to it.
Oh yeah, right there.
With the lap dances with the family. Hey ma, gonna need you to do something a little different this year.
Yeah, while you're roasting the turkey, we've got some time to kill. Yeah, man. It's pretty crazy. I did something today that I hope my sister isn't paying attention to because she'd kill me. But I did teach today for the very first time. I substitute taught today.
You did?
I did, yeah.
In person or online?
In person.
All right, tell me, how'd it go?
It was good, man. First of all, rowdy group of kids. They didn't have a regular teacher. The teacher's been on and off for, I don't think, COVID-related reasons. So I was happy about that because I don't want like the COVID teacher in the room and then I come in the day later just going, "What's up, everybody?" Mm-hmm. You know, and then I catch it. So,
well, that'd be like you being the president of the United States. Yeah, but you're sick. You're like, I'm going to go back in the office today a week early, and I'm going to have people around me.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. What a proud boy. I think
everyone says POTUS, President of the United States of America. I just I go, President of the United States Pusa. He's a big Pusa, is what he is. This is stupid Pusa. I can't believe this guy.
Yeah, man. I think we're all feeling like Jim Carrey's paintings. You know what I mean? Have you seen those?
That just took a dark turn.
Yeah, man. I mean, his paintings are wild and dark. But
they're great paintings.
But to circle back a little, today was pretty good. The kids were good. Like I said, chatty. Had to just kind of establish some assertive and dominance over them. You know.
Do you have an opener as a substitute teacher that you go with?
I do. I always open with announcing my name, who I am, tell them I'm going to be with you only for today, and then I do attendance, and then I ask them to say my name again, see if they were still remembering. Here's what I love to do for teachers that are possibly watching, and by that I mean maybe one out of the both of you. I like to line them up outside in the hallway. I casually say, walk in quietly, and I specifically do it casually because I know they won't listen. Then as soon as one person talks, I go back out in the hall. And then I line them up again, and I go, "Why did I line you guys up? Because we were." Raise your hand. So I'm automatically establishing that sort of dominance and assertiveness in the classroom. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, where'd you pick that up? Mein Kampf?
Yeah, Mein Kampf. Speaking of Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was a better Biden than Biden. I said, no, that's true. That's actually true. Jim Carrey did Biden better than Biden.
Yeah, very true, Greg Turner.
It was, no, can't do it. No, Joe. It was so great.
Oh, man. If old Joe could stop stumbling over his words.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Listen.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week, man. It was tough to watch. I really wanted him to steamroll Trump and spank him for these past 4 years, but I don't think he was the guy to do it.
No, Kamala Harris
is not a good president.
He's the one to do it.
Who's that?
Kamala Harris, VP candidate for Biden. We had the VP debate last night, which basically the takeaway is Mike Pence is an evil, old, regimented, old guard, needs to go, and Kamala Harris is like new guy. Let's change things, and she's the one that you wanted up there. She's got the mind that's fast and the facts. She was prepared. Old Pensy boy.
Yeah.
Man, he's an evil person.
I wonder if she was in the wings chomping at the bit like I would be, like just thinking like, I want to say so much to him right now.
She did a good
Come on, Joe. Say what I'm thinking. Say what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like honestly, I was watching that going, oh my God, I could totally put this guy in his place. I think a lot of people may have been thinking that. I don't know if you were.
100%.
Yeah. Like, does that ever happen to you as a comic? You're watching another comedian get heckled and they're kind of getting a little bit, brutalized by a heckler, and you're like, just let me on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get there a lot. I know that if I'm hosting, I get there in my head. Like if I see another comedian taking it from a heckler, I'm like, oh man, when I get back up there.
Oh, you just load, right? You just load the chamber.
Oh, I'm chopping a bit.
Yep. Yeah, and then you just bop, 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 and it's just so easy because you have time to prepare. They don't see it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and that was another thing too. Yes, Ray. Thanks for bringing that up. There was like a fly. There was a.
Oh, it was amazing. It was on there for a good 3-4 minutes. It was right when Pence was responding about racial injustices, so no one was paying attention to what he said because this fly it pretty common.
That's terrible.
Everyone seemed to watch, and we all thought it was something, a bug on our own TV screen. And then
my Lord.
Oh, wait, no, that's a real fly. No one has any idea. And I was envisioning, I had an edible. I was envisioning that this fly could change the future of the United States. We might be able to thank this one fly for shifting everybody. Because no one can, anyone who had respect for Pence, which if you respect Mike Pence, change the channel, get out.
Yeah, Pat doesn't want you guys.
We don't want you. We don't need you. We have no use for you.
Yeah. Now we're now down to one. We're down to one viewer, Pat. So that's.
Listen, he's an evil. His ears are so goddamn big too. His ears. You want to talk about how people get older and wear a body part? His ears are huge. It's like this.
Yeah. Well, he flew in, so that was helpful.
Yeah. God, man,
yeah. It's funny when I saw the fly, I was just like, this is like a UNICEF commercial. Too dark? It's just too dark, right? Okay, never mind.
No, it was very good. For $2 a day, you can support an anti-abortion Christian who's just fundamentalist to the core. And who's just a piece of garbage. And then of course the easy one was like, oh, it's bullshit, right? Flies swarm to shit, which is, it's accurate. That was the one that blew up all the social media. And it's true. It's spot on. So Mike Pence is shit. That's what. So anyways, I can't stand the guy.
Do you ever hear that joke about two flies? They're on a piece of poop and they're both eating it. And one fly cuts a fart, and the other fly goes, "Hey, I'm eating here."
No, that's good. Jury is out on whether it landed on his head or crawled out from it. Great call, Ray. Great
call. Yes. Now, to the other people watching, please feel free to comment in. Not just like Ray, you're obviously getting A for participation, and this is the teacher today, me talking.
Yep.
Of course, but we'd love to hear from you guys. Any comments, questions that you have for us? We'd love to hear you as we go along. I'll tell you, man, today the teacher that I subbed in for was really disorganized. And one thing that we're not allowed to really do with the kids is let them use their phones. And I got to tell you, that's exactly what I let them do. And it's so crazy because this comes on the back of just recently watching The Social Dilemma. Have you seen this on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so obviously it carries the weight of everything evil about social media, and they're I don't have you seen it? Or you have seen it.
Oh,
so for those of you that haven't, it's like they're watching you. They're getting to know your likes. They're getting you like interested in buying things and knowing you and wanting to know more about you. And I'm like, man, that is everything I've ever asked for in a relationship.
They just make life so convenient from an online shopping standpoint.
Yeah, for shopping and just getting to know what I might be interested in. And I'm like, this is what I want in a girlfriend. This is everything I want.
Yeah.
Get to know me. Pay attention. This is the greatest thing I've ever had. This is beautiful. And
yeah.
I'm telling
rough,
you,
huh, buddy. It's been rough. I'm sorry to rough.
It's been a bit of a rough go.
Keep going.
But like, so obviously, and there's so much to the internet, and it's not just social media. People are criticizing me. They're like Dylan, you're on your phone too much. Why are you on your phone so much? Because it's wonderful. It's an incredible device. It really has. It's replaced a lot of human beings for me. I can do everything on my phone, like everything. I mean, almost everything. I have to physically exercise, but it like tells me how and when, for how long, and with the strength. Like it's so perfect.
Yeah.
My phone is now my bookie. You understand?
Oh yeah,
I gamble from my phone.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. People date from their phone. They find love.
Oh, I found
everything. Did you find love from your phone?
Oh yeah, dating app, absolutely. Listen, I want to take a quick note here. The movie, after I watched it, it's like, they build this profile, and that's why you get everything. And I was like, well, I wonder what my profile looked like. I opened up Instagram. You want to know what the top suggested feeds were? Whale videos. I'm talking whales in the ocean.
That's great.
Okay. Shark videos.
Yeah.
And women with chests that are disproportionately large to the rest of their body. So I was like, wow, they really do know what I zoom in on.
That's great.
I was like, oh boy, I got to stop zooming in.
Oh man, I'll tell you, when they come out with disproportionate whales with huge tits, buddy, you are.
Oh man!
Check out this whale, hon. Check this one out. This is a good whale here.
Well, I'm blubber on this one.
Oh my Lord. Check out the cans. Oh. Mm.
Look at the grill.
Yeah, I'd humpback that whale.
Yeah.
Too punny. No, okay.
That's a killer. Yeah, okay. Orca was it?
Orca was it?
I don't know about you, but if you ask Minky, I just might.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we're having a hoot and an Annie. A hoot and Annie, if you will. Oh, jeez.
Beluga Bay tuna.
Beluga Bay tuna. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
This is
what are
too
more?
much. We're having a tater tot time now, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Ray Turner, Pat, I could send you some whale videos. Whales.
Whoa.
Fantastic. Well played.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Turner.
I know a snuff film when I hear it, Ray. He does it.
Boy, he really piloted us into that one, didn't he?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Man, you know your whales.
Well,
and I don't just mean England.
I'll do it until I'm blue in the face.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay,
my God.
This is
Oh.
way too much comedy.
This is way too much. Oh, Lord.
I can't stop.
We're losing viewers by the tons. It's funny because we don't have a ton of viewers.
No.
No, we don't.
And some Japanese fishermen, they'll take care of the problem.
That's right. Trolling, whale trolling vessels.
Basically making a Jim Carrey painting of the ocean with their research.
Yeah, I know. When did the ocean turn all into blood, Jim? When did that happen?
Well, we
Just
got
something
these
I've been
Japanese
experimenting.
guys. They say it's for research purposes.
Yeah. Oh,
Performance
geez.
art. That's what they're saying. So wise. Oh, look at this one. Just don't involve sperm. We're good. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know how we
geez.
missed that one.
I can't believe there's that much puns when it comes to whales. That's insane.
You and me, Minky both. Okay. Now, enough of that.
Okay, what were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about social media and how much you love your phone, and you got a bookie now, and you want your phone as your new relationship, which is basically you're gonna just, you're giving Joaquin Phoenix a run for his money on the next movie.
I mean,
with the phone.
It's so true. It's like you can do some research, play games on my phone, watch TV, movies. Like when people are like, you spend 3 hours a day on your phone, I'm like, that's it?
Oh,
like you must have a flip phone.
Listen, I get it. Thanks for telling me all the things I can do on a device that I've had.
I'm actually secretly working for Apple.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't sure what smartphones can do, just rewind a minute. Okay.
Dylan's going to pretend he's relevant.
Yeah. So you know what got us into this is that you were telling us a story about you being a substitute teacher and you allowed the children on their phones today.
There was a student today that I had that probably on the spectrum, and I'm a new teacher, so he was defiant with me in a major way right out the gate. I mean, we're talking before the national anthem. And he was on his phone and he's clicking on and he's just playing this video game. And I said, you got to get off your phone. And right away, no. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna let him use the phone. And he's on the phone and I just see he's really engaged and he's not really talking so much. And he's got some tics as he's playing. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave him on the phone. The students then said to me, it took the teacher yesterday, the sub we had, about an hour to get him off the phone. And I'm like, well, we're not taking any time doing that today. That kid can stay on his phone. Yeah. And no other student was like, well, can I use my phone? Because seemed to be understood that kid gets his phone.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, the fact that I just left him alone, he just warmed to the class and my instructions on his own time. And by the end, we were totally cool. And that felt like a win, like just kind of deal with that sort of thing. Yeah. And thank God for phones, because I'm thinking without that phone, without those video games, what else do I have? This kid needs to be occupied by that video game. I'm not entertaining as a video game teaching math and algebra and history and geography. That video game was a lifesaver for me. Otherwise, this guy, he's chewing on all the furniture. You know what I mean? I mean that metaphorically speaking, of course. Like, Dylan, don't make fun of people with autism. I just mean, right? I mean, I'm just saying,
you just
crawling all over the place.
Chewing the furniture.
Yeah, chewing the furniture. I mean, people, children with autism. I've worked with them many times, and everyone has their adorable little habits.
And they've chewed furniture. Is that what you're saying? That's been your experience?
Chewed, hit, banged, broken. Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, listen, I'm just asking. I don't have a lot of.
Hey, I'm just asking questions over here.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience there, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to explain that one.
It's an adventure, man. It's an adventure, and
that's a good heckle, though, huh? Not about kids with autism. You could just use for a heckler. You look like you chew a lot of furniture, sir.
You
look at those teeth.
Yeah. You got your
Bucky Beaver over here.
That's right. That's right. You sit on 3-legged chairs there? Is that what you're doing? Huh? The table falling over pretty easily these days? Yeah. I
don't know what's worse, a herd of termites or you, sir.
Yeah. I know it's tough. But like, I love it. And here's the thing, though, like when it comes to social media, which the kids are glued to, I'm not a fan of it. It's a necessary evil in my world, as it is to yours. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you enjoy it? Because I
Social
don't.
media?
Yeah.
You know, it's just with comedy, it's a necessary for what we do. And yeah, occasionally I will post stuff. So, you know, this year my perspective has changed this year because I knock on wood, I'm very grateful for everything going on in my life. And I have felt that like me posting things, or that if I were to post things, it'd be kind of bragging when other people are not experiencing things that I'm experiencing right now, which is, you know, I'm in the mountains of Colorado. I was fishing all day. I was fly fishing. I'm wearing a hat right now. I just came right from fishing in the beautiful mountain lake surrounded by these gorgeous mountains with one of my all-time dear friends who used to be my boss. And he took some pictures of me fly fishing, and I wanted to post them. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that today, but
isn't it a weird guilt thing? Because someone who was like managing your social media would say, post.
Yeah, but listen, in the same breath, I did this morning go for a hike, and I saw three moose. It was pretty cool. And I did post a stupid Instagram story saying, yes, I'll have the moose for breakfast, MOUSS.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I'd like to see, that's something I would want to see, and I would want to see you fly fishing, and I wouldn't take it as a form of bragging, but I know where you're coming from. I was performing on a ton of cruises all over the place, and I kind of had that sense of guilt too, like, look at my life, everybody. But at the same time, people were like, well, I want to see it. I want to see where you're at. I want to see what you're up to, what it looks like, what you're experiencing. So I'm still learning how to feel about it, because the truth is, I always felt that things that I post, or I feel about it today, is for the most part lame. And what I see people post is lame, and I'm just so embarrassed and just gun shy of posting as often as I should, which is rare.
I mean, we can thank social media for you and I being introduced to each other, right? It was through Instagram that I reached out to you, and I would run my Comedians in Quarantine, which will be getting started back up about 2 weeks. And you know, it's so for comedy, it's a necessary thing. And I've thought about this quite a bit. And for me, I spent most of last year going around open mics in Chicago, right? I had this goal to do 500 performances / open mics in a year. I hit 481, and I wanted to document the journey. And I was posting constantly about that. Like, oh, here I'm at this shitty bar. Now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing this. And ultimately, yes, I was doing all that stuff. But compared to what I'm doing now, that is awful. What I was posting was awful. You know, that is a shitty experience to go through. And now I'm doing awesome things. And I'm nah, I'm not going to post these. Now I have a life that I would love to share, but I'm not going to do that. This is I was trying to glorify open mics, you know, for a year on social media. I don't think so. That's
it's interesting because it is a compelling struggle. I mean, I don't know how many people find it compelling. I mean, I certainly do, but I'm a comedian. And at the same time, then you told me a story where you showed you with your shirt off, and it got 3,000 hits.
24 hours, me in the polar vortex. I did some jumping jacks and
shirtless.
Yeah, real quick. Look, Ray Turner, go for it, Pat. The rest of us need to see that there's still people enjoying life. I'm going out for the first time over 7 months tomorrow, and that's for a hospital appointment. I need my joy vicariously right now. Ray Turner, thanks for sharing that, man. I hope everything's okay, buddy. We appreciate you watching every week.
Yeah, and Ray, if you go to the hospital, you got to post, man. That's what it's all about. You got to post.
Post about it.
We got to see what you're doing, man.
Yeah. There's something I did think about social media that, right? If you have an ex and people who say, oh, I'm so I can't get over my ex, I just want him back. Very simple solution. There's a simple equation and process to follow. Here's what you do. You think about your relationship. You think about all the places that your ex told you where they wanted to go. You find a girl or guy, whatever, and you go to all those places that your ex said they wanted to go. Because even if you're blocked, they're having a couple glasses of wine and they're opening up the Instagram. They're unblocking you. Probably late at night because they're not going to notice I unblocked them for a few hours, so I scrolled through everything. You go to all the places. You say things that you used to say. you call him a dummy, for your purposes, just call him a dummy. Call your dummy, whatever nickname you used to call the ex. Say things like, never had so much fun in my life. So grateful for the amazing people in my life. Guaranteed, you will get a phone call within a week of posting stuff like that. You talked about going down to the pond and having a picnic. Make it the biggest picnic you've ever had in your life. Get $1,000 on that picnic and get a dummy along and have someone come take professional photographs of you, and you will get your ex back. That's how you do it.
Wow. Call in if you have any other revenge fantasies that you would like Pat to contribute to. It would be, that would work. I think it'd be funny if you were like posting in, oh yeah, you got like the camera behind you, honey. We're going to Orgasm Town. And then it's just one giant porn. But you will get your ex back. So that's
Ray Turner. It's for diabetic retinopathy check. Not sure it'll be that. Buddy, I'm not sure either.
You post that.
Yeah,
Ray. You post that insulin-ridden needle they're going to give you, okay?
We hope it goes well, buddy.
We hope it goes well, Ray. We love you, buddy. We hope it goes well.
Okay, tell me more about what you've been digging into.
Well, I mean, you know what I also found interesting? It's a thought that I really like to share. Have you ever driven by and you still see a porn shop open? I'm like, what the hell are those doing open? Have they not heard of the internet? That is ridiculous. Why is that open and Blockbuster still closed? That doesn't make sense to me.
I can tell you why. Sometimes you gotta go. You gotta get a feel for what you're getting.
What are you talking about?
I don't know if you've ever purchased beads online, but it can be quite different. What expectations as to what you actually get can be quite different.
Then when you just let the soap whittle down enough. Hey, you got a clean ending anyway.
Yeah, man. Hey. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, all
right.
What was it? You know what's weird though? Remember back in the day, like that's the other thing. Like I know that that social media and just the internet is incredibly sexualized, and that's I think the good and the bad of everything. Like back in the day when you walked in those video stores, you walked through those saloons to get to all the sex stuff, and I feel that the internet represents like today. That if it were a video store, you'd walk through the saloon doors to see the clean stuff. You know what I mean? That makes any sense.
100%. I remember as a kid going to the video store, and there was the adult section, and it was like we would just sneak over there just to look at
try to peek
covers. Just look at the covers, like the box covers would be like,
yeah. Just the box covers got you nervous. You're just like, whoa.
Oh yeah, you felt like you were gonna get in so much trouble.
You turn the box around, you see the back of it, and it's just like 1,000 clips of different porn scenes. You're like, oh god, that's too much. That's too much. Oh god, I wasn't ready for all that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But today you can lolook at all that and just be like, okay, I'm gonna get a sandwich.
Yeah, I prefer some whale videos, please.
Yeah, metaphorically speaking, of course. But it is crazy because what kids know today about sex is astonishing. A few years ago, maybe 2 or 3, I was put in to teach sex ed to a group of 7th graders. It's 12 years old. Okay, teaching sex ed, and I said to them 2 rules before I teach sex ed. Number 1, you're allowed to laugh because sex is funny. Walk in any comedy club, they're talking about sex.
Oh yeah.
And that loosened up everybody, so to speak.
You loosened up the kids.
Yeah, loosened them up. It really relaxed them. And I said, if anyone asks a question, there's no criticizing because whatever you know, you learned 6 months ago.
You got to handle it appropriately. Yep. That sounds like a great approach.
And it relaxed them so much, man. They were asking me questions like, what's anal sex? What is all like that? I just said, if you guys got any questions, I will answer them to the best of my ability. They were talking about rape. I'm not even joking. And I explained to them, I said, rape is all about consent. When 2 people are having sex and one person does not want to have sex, that is rape because there's no consent from the other person. Right. I even explained that statutory rape is the age of majority. You have to have consenting sex with someone who is above the age of 18, let's say.
Right.
And I said, when two people are having sex and nobody wants it, that's called marriage.
Oh, there.
So,
Did you get him on that one?
yeah, they actually laughed at that, believe it or not. Not so much our viewers, but they got it.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it.
No, I think that's a good approach, right? I was raised in a house where my mom always said, any question you ask, I will answer. And I won't make stuff up. I remember sex ed. This is my first memory of sex ed. It was fourth grade. And I was raised in a neighborhood with kids older than I was who were constantly ahead of the game in terms of what it is. So like my first poll and first nudie magazine. And we played a game called Scrotum where you jump up and down on the trampoline and we'd throw balls. And if you hit them in the balls, you got like double points. I didn't know what Scrotum meant, but I played this game for like 2 years. You're like, hey, let's play Scrotum. Let's play Scrotum, right? And so I constantly had all the words and the slang that children would have. And I remember that we were in class and the teacher has the book and she's opening the pages. It's a cartoon book, and it's like explaining an erection. And there's this skinny boy on the diving board, soaking wet with a huge woody, just huge, right? Sticking out over the diving board. And it's like, and this is an erection. And I raised.
Which one's the diving board?
Yeah. I raised my hand and they go, yes, Pat. I go, yeah. Isn't that called a boner? Right. And that was my sex ed. And then followed by, they had the female anatomy. And this was in the days where we had the projection screens, where it was the light with the fan, the big projection box up on. So, if you're in front of that projection screen, it's the shadow. Well, I was in front of the projection screen and I had a pencil and it was the female lower half anatomy. And I put the pencil right at the insertion point, the opening of the vagina, if we're going to be proper. And as a 12-year-old, I go, gentlemen, start your engines. And I drove the pencil right to the principal's office for that one.
Wow.
The teacher later admitted to me, as when I was much older, that it was one of the hardest moments for her not to crack up laughing.
Yeah, it's funny.
Told me.
You should have said I was just trying to sharpen it. No? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so great.
So yeah, man. So here's another thing too, that social media. I would concede that it is a vice, like anything else, really, like porn, like gambling, like anything that draws your time and draws your attention. I think that it is a vice, but I can't help but wonder if parenting is an issue to why children are going crazy over social media. You know what I mean? Like I am aware that the internet helps parent your kid, and I don't mean that in a good way. Right. I mean that in I'm exhausted, sweetie. Just take some iPad time, okay? Just try not to sit too close.
Oh yeah.
Like and I get that it's a saving grace to some parents, but I also think that there's a lack of parenting in that, and I know that's controversial, but
well, I think that's been around since the age of time. That's just lack of parenting. Now, actually, I think it might even be safer than some of the options before. Yeah, go play in traffic.
Like there was a story. I'll tell you. Like I experienced this. I was on a ship. And the internet, as you know, is terrible at best. But in this particular case, it went down, and there was this mom and her 10-year-old daughter complaining to the internet help desk of my daughter can't go on TikTok. She really wants TikTok, and we paid for the internet. Sweetie, are you going to be okay? And she's sitting there pouting like this, I don't know. And some guy, the help desk guy, I think he was from Belarus or something like that, and he's trying his best to not only speak English with these people, but fix the internet because he knows what's at stake here. Yes, sorry, ma'am, I'm trying my best. I'm very sorry. I say, we need to do something. She's very upset. And I'm thinking, this is a parenting problem. This isn't because right now. You might hear that, and people might be listening. Yeah, well, that's obvious. I'm like, that's the norm.
Yeah.
At least from what I've seen. I've seen a lot of parents on cruise ships and all over. They're like, my daughter needs her Wi-Fi. It's just like, no, she needs a better parent. She needs like, hey, it's down.
The internet help desk on a cruise ship, an ocean-going cruise ship, has got to be one of the worst jobs in the world.
Yeah, it is, because it's 1980 on a ship.
I feel there should be an enormous disclaimer that's just 2 sentences. You are in the middle of the ocean, period. Expect not to get service, period. Do you accept? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's insane.
Karen Jr. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Well done again, right on.
Nicely played, right on.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I think that one of the reasons why kids go bananas on social media is because their parents suck.
Oh, sure.
It's concerning, because I can see the students that I teach are just so focused on social media and who's talking what, who's saying what, and it just all that nonsense. So I agree with the social dilemma on that front, but everything else is just so fantastic.
Yeah, 9 minutes.
9 minutes? What? Okay. Here's the other thing that I can say. This is probably like the good and bad of social media. It has made people without an ounce of talent famous.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as someone who's in show business and someone who I'm chasing fame myself, but I believe I've earned it in the sense than just talking in my bedroom for, every day, as yourself, right? Like you're on the road, we're honing crafts here, and yet someone, just talking, from their bathroom is selling out theaters.
Kids who open boxes.
Yeah, let me just show you how to make gluten-free zucchini bread. It's so fun. You're gonna just be delighted on just a few ingredients, and it's just so delicious.
Do you want to be famous?
At this point, I don't know if I want fame, because I got kind of a microcosm of it on the ships. Whenever I'm known, I'm like, God, I want to go to the buffet and eat, but I don't know if I want to talk to that many people. After they've seen my show, I've done a good job. People, they just want to talk to you, and it's a lot of the same type of questions, the same kind of energy given. I'm more diplomatic, just kind of like a Disney character, like, oh, yes, thank you. When I'm like, I just woke up, I'm like, disheveled, I haven't showered yet, and I just want to grab something to eat. And now I got to be concerned about my appearance and how I act with people. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And so to never have any anonymity or to have very few of it, it can be really challenging. So I don't know if I love the fame part of it, but I do love the performing of it, and the money's great. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, what, you're on 12 Monkeys, TV, made for TV version?
Sure was.
Pretty famous, man.
They did give me the one line.
Femme Nikita as well, I believe.
That's right. That is right, man.
Hey, wow.
Wow. Which boob you want to sign?
The third one. That's
yeah. I know.
Yeah. All right, I get it, man. I get it. Cool. Yeah, because you got a certain degree. I mean, shit, you had someone who got your face tattooed on them.
Yeah, their thigh, but it's just
your face tattooed on them.
My face tattooed on them. Yes, it's very flattering.
Graze over that.
What's that?
No, we don't just graze over this one. This one is, I think that's a certain level of fame right there.
It's got to be something. I mean, it's just that now my face is like right on her front thigh, like her front leg. And I just...
You think that her partners have conversations with you?
You think they pull out and come all over my face?
I wasn't going to go that far.
I had to. I'm sorry, Comedy Crumpets. We try to keep it clean here, but I just couldn't help myself.
I was imagining someone going down on this person being like, what do you think I should do next?
They're checking in with me. What do you think there, huh? They're checking?
It's terrifying, that picture. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. It's insane. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? It's led me to drinking. No,
yeah.
5
minutes.
5. Okay, let's do some fun facts. I got some fun internet / social media fun facts. Yeah. The internet has 4.54 billion users. 4.54 billion users. 2 of them are watching our show. That's not fair.
We have 16. We have 17.
17. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Just window shopping.
Hi,
Pleasure
welcome
to
to the
have you
last
here.
6 minutes of the show. Fire any questions. We're at the fun facts of our new viewers.
Yes, fun facts. Yes, for example, on average, people have 7.6 different social media accounts, or what I like to call the new Ashley Madison.
LinkedIn is just a formal way of cheating on your spouse. It's the work-appropriate version of that.
It's true.
You know what I was thinking about? Now with everybody working at home, all of a sudden everybody's work husbands and work wives they're one and the same with the real ones. There's no more allure to having a work husband. Yeah.
That's it's just more people to bang, I think, and that's a good thing, I suppose.
Keep going with the fun facts from Dylan Mandlsohn.
MySpace still has 50 million users. Wow. I believe that still has 50, or what I like to call the obituary section of the internet. Yeah.
That's going to be where the Russians pull all the names.
That's right. So, if you're wondering if someone is died, you're not sure, check to see if they still have their MySpace account.
They have a MySpace account.
They're like, yeah, they've croaked.
Interesting. We're talking about social media. Certainly over the past few years, everybody has someone pass away. What is almost creepy to me is how things continue to go on their social media. Of like people will continue to post, which I understand it's cathartic and therapeutic for many people, but sometimes it's like, oh boy, and then sometimes you see a post and you're like, hey, what's going on? And you're like, oh, they don't know. Oh man, yeah. Oh, okay. I don't want to take us down that route.
All right, check this out. 78% of people who complain to a brand via Twitter expect a response within an hour. In case you're wondering the percentage of Karens on the internet, 78%. And what do we got here, Ray? Herman Cain is still posting that COVID isn't scary. Yeah, no. Well, not compared to Herman Cain.
Yeah, he can't. We know he can't do anything to change it now, Ray. Now, do we?
That's right.
Got him.
And I guess lastly, the last fun fact I have here about the our social media internet, it says U.S. adults spend an average of 1 hour and 16 minutes each day watching videos on digital devices. I wonder what videos those are. You think those are like doggies or doggy styles?
Okay. You know what? Sometimes I'm a fan of some of the online pornography.
Oh, sure.
And, inevitably at some of the sites, it's like you watch the video and it's like 10 minutes long. And right at the end, it always says, watch the full length feature. I'm like, I only needed 2 minutes. This is like Roots. Like, it's not like Roots. This is like... This is like the Star Wars trilogy. This 10 minutes. That's a better reference. Rewind what I said. Fast forward it. The only thing I was referring to was
welcome to the rehearsal for next week's show, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Just jacking it to Roots. Oh man, that'd be bad. That's probably something Trump supporters would do. Okay. Yeah. That's true. All right. Keep going. I don't know why I keep taking these negative.
Well, I think we may have to wrap this up now. We're down to our last minutos. Isn't that true?
Let's finish out with Ray Turner's comment. Whales with big boobs. Those videos are breaking the internet. They sure are.
Oh my Lord! It's because they're so heavy. Oh, stop.
Fantastic, boy! That one spouted right out of the old blowhole, didn't it?
Yes. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us this week on Comedy and Crumpets. We know we love you guys. Thank you so much. From Pat Treuer here I'm Dylan Mandlsohn. And if you want to follow Pat here on Instagram, it's Real Funny Pat. And I'm at Dylan Comic, DYLAN, Dylan Comic. And you can find me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And thank you so much again. We do hope that you come back next week. We will be here at the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. UK, and 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And thank you again. Hopefully you guys have a safe and wonderful weekend. and it'd be great to see you guys here next week.
Thanks again, Ray. Best of luck with the doctor's visit, and post about it. We want to see it.
Yes. Yes. Come back safe.
Yes. All right, everybody. That's Comedy and Crumpets.
Okay.